Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Today we have got the final two games of the season as we battle against relegation, against fellow relegation rivals Southampton and Swansea. It's going to be a massive episode to decide if we stay up or go down. Anyway, hope you're all doing well today. Myself, I'm pretty gutted. I'm gutted for a number of reasons. The first one is I've been pretty rubbish with videos over the past half a week or so. I've just been really busy. As I mentioned before in a few videos, we've had the music festival that I'm sort of partly organising coming up. That's coming up this coming weekend, the 9th and the 10th of this month. So if you are free next weekend and you want to grab a ticket, go to beyondthewoods.co.uk. I think it's .co.uk. It should be .co.uk. Go there, grab yourself a ticket. It should be really good fun. It'd be great to see you there. Basically, though, I've been very busy doing stuff with that. Also, my girlfriend's had some university assignments in, which she was a bit late doing, so I've been there helping her out with those as well. So I've just had other priorities the past few days and things like that, and unfortunately, YouTube's sort of taken a bit of a back burner at a very crucial time. I've been wanting to play this. I've been getting really, when I've been doing other things, all I've been thinking about is this, because I just want to play these final few games of the season and get it out of the way and done with. But it's taken its time, but it should be worth the wait. There's also another reason why I'm gutted, and we'll talk about that when we go through the fixtures in between episodes. So you were last here. When were you last here? I actually can't remember when you were last here now, which is actually quite bad. I feel like it was Brighton and Leicester. I could be completely wrong with that, but I feel like it was the 3-0 loss to Brighton and the 2-2 draw to Leicester. It left us in the relegation zone, or very, very near the relegation zone. Either way, we've been there all season, really, so it doesn't matter too much. But after that, we took the game to Stoke. We needed a good result, and we lost it 2-0. Really unfortunate. Goals just either side of the half from Stoke there made sure they won it. So that was quite frustrating. But we did pick up a 1-1 draw with West Ham United. Lee Phillip grabbing the goal in that game in the 14th minute after they scored in the first half. So that was good to get a point on the board then. We then came up against Chelsea and they beat us 3-1. Jefferson Brillinger with a straight red card off the pitch. So he's been banned for the Villa and the Man City game. Is out for the Southampton game as well today, but we'll be back for the Swansea game. So we lost it 3-1. We were never really in the game. Lee Phillips scored a goal in a consolation goal in the 93rd minute. That was all right. Adds to his goal tally, I suppose, but it was nothing really spectacular in that game. It was really good to pick up a point against an Aston Villa side that are doing pretty well this season. However, when you consider the scoreline and how the goals are scored, it's really disappointing. We were 2-0 up in this game with goals through Pomeroy and Lee Phillip. That was really promising. I was thinking this is going to be a great result for us. They pulled one back just either side of half-time, penalty and a goal, so it brought it back to 2-2. Lee Phillip, grabbed one in the 81st minute, and I'm thinking, yes, we've got the win here today, a much-needed win. But then Marcus Rashford, of all people, goes and scores in the 93rd minute for Villa, taking away the 3 points for us and our first win since January. That was really agonising. I was really upset about that. I just thought, really, this just nails us on for relegation. How are we going to avoid relegation if we're losing points like that? When things aren't going for you, sometimes you just have to accept it. And this was one of those occasions. But then, this is what I'm really gutted about. We came up against top of the table Manchester City. All right? I'm not expecting a win there at all. We only went and won it 3-2 in potentially... Now, this is actually quite a big statement, but this is probably one of the best matches I've ever played in Football Manager. Not just Football Manager 2019, but Football Manager ever. And I'm gutted that I didn't get it on camera for an episode. We took the lead 6 minutes into the game through Joseph Sorolina, which is really good. And then Michael Pomeroy scored another goal on the 10-minute mark. And I'm thinking, we're 10 minutes into a game against Man City. We're 2-0 up. Shut up shop. Let's go for this now. We conceded a goal in the 11th minute straight away. So we're then 2-1 up. So we're still winning those. We can still shut up shop. But then Kyle Throde-Fenney, one of our only two decent centre midfielders, got sent off, straight red card as well, in the 19th minute. And at that point I'm thinking, well, this is another game out the question. And I thought that again when Man City scored in the 39th minute. Before Michael Pomeroy, in the second half, scored a goal in the 65th minute. We then shut up shop, tried to just keep it at 3-2, and we ended up winning against top of the table Man City 3-2. And it is one of the best games I've ever played in Football Manager. It might not be the best because we had some good Champions League wins and things like that, but I mean, that honestly, I wished it was on camera because it was such a good game, and I'm really gutted that you missed it, sort of thing. And hopefully we can sort of replicate it against Southampton and Swansea today. But that has been our lifeline, especially when we look at the league table right now, because that win takes us up to a measly 29 points, but that 29 points is enough to keep us outside of the relegation zone. 2 points ahead of Southampton and 2 points ahead of Swansea, both of whom we face today. If we get a win against one of them, I reckon we're probably safe. Win both of them, we're safe. even if we draw both of them, we might be safe. But the important thing is, our fate is in our hands, basically. As long as we don't mess it up completely. If we lose them both, we are going down. But the fate's in our hands, basically, and that's the most important thing out there for us, I think. So as long as we can just keep strong in at least one of these games, it should be pretty good. Heading into the first of these two games then against Southampton today, we're going to go back to our attacking formation. Because I think against these two sides, we just got to go all-out attack to try and outscore the opposition, basically. Now, we are missing some key players. Kyle Torrid-Fenney, obviously straight red card. He's out the game he's out the rest of the season, obviously, with his suspensions. So that's not too good. And Jefferson Brillinger is serving the final of his 3-match ban in today's game against Southampton. What that means is we do have a Jose Pedro in goal, as per usual, with a back line of Garana, Taverny, Sorolina and Smith, who's actually picked up a knock, but we've got no other right backs, so he's got to be the man to take it. Donker in CDM, Ferguson and Dante Clement in the middle of the park. Christensen and Abel on either side, with Pomeroy starting up front, who gets the nod ahead of Lee Phillip, because he has played slightly better in terms of average ratings across the season. But both of them do have 10 goals to their name now, which is what I wanted to get from them both. So I'm very pleased with their goal scoring records. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today on... actually, we're at home. I thought we were on the South Coast, but we're at home today against Southampton. That's going to be an extra bit of incentive for us. Hopefully we can take the momentum that we took from the Man City game, and to an extent the Aston Villa game, where we played very well as Pomeroy puts his free kick wide of the mark. Hopefully we can take that momentum, though, and grab the win today. And I think, actually, if we do win today, and Swansea don't win, but they play later on, that actually does mean we survive, which is mental. Hopefully a chance for us now on the 15-minute mark as Garana puts a throw in and retains the ball back to him, as Taverny now looking to try and build something. We're being a bit nervous and tentative, I think, coming forward on the ball right now. We are a bit nervous to do anything with it, and the ball forward isn't the best one, to be fair, as Pomeroy looking to try and get the end of the ball. There's a poor clearance interception there, and Christensen puts the ball through to Abel, who can put the ball back across. Can he? He wins the penalty instead, though. Dave Ferguson. Again, I've missed the... Why is Pomeroy not taking the penalties? I missed the click as well, to click on it, which is quite frustrating. So Dave Ferguson, of all people, is taking the penalty. I wanted Pomeroy on it. We didn't need Pomeroy on it, though, because Dave Ferguson puts us 1-0 up in today's game against Southampton with his 5th goal of the season. And as it stands right now, we really are... it's a close penalty, to be fair. It wasn't the best one. The keeper nearly had a chance of saving it, but either way, it went in the back of a net. Temporarily move up to 16th in the table, which is really good. But crucially, 5 points clear of Southampton in the relegation zone. And after this, only the one game to go as Callum Hudson-Odoi puts it in the back of a net for Southampton to only put us 2 points ahead of them again. But at least we are still ahead of them. That's the main thing. When you look at it, really, how has he not made the save there? Hudson-Odoi's been lucky. Obviously, in this version of the game, he's had quite the downward spiral career. Obviously, at Chelsea in real life, Bayern Munich wanted to sign him. Here, he's fighting for survival in the Premier League with Southampton. It's not where he wants to be, really, is it? Free kick for us. Dave Ferguson, the penalty scorer, puts the free kick in, but it's cleared only as far as Christensen. It's cleared, though. Managed to get away, but Garana is the man on the ball right now. Plays it into Smith. Gets it out towards Abel, our number 7, on the right-hand side, who can put the ball in. Cleared, but only as far as Christensen, who's on the other side, into Ferguson. Ferguson to Garana. Garana in towards Dante Clement. Cleared. And we do win the ball back. I thought Southampton were about to come on the counter-attack there, but we're looking to come forward. If we can grab another goal before half-time, this would be absolutely magical, as the ball is put forward to Christensen. Christensen into Michael Pomeroy, who gets his 11th goal of the season. And really, we want to be signing him permanently for next season. He's been quality, as has Lee Phillip, to be fair. They've both been really good this season. I wasn't expecting him to get 20 goals. But to both of them to get 10 goals, that's, I think, quite a good achievement in a Lincoln United side that really shouldn't be competing in the Premier League at all. I mean, I think we were good enough to survive, and I think we are good enough to survive. But our strikers, we're never going to get 20 goals with the players around them, sort of thing. If we strengthen next season and we get in some good wingers, some good midfielders, potentially we could be seeing 15, 20 goals from them. But it was never going to happen in this first season. But for them both to get 10... that's fantastic. So we lead the game at half-time, 2-1 up. Been quite a cagey game, as you can see from the stats, but that's understandable as both teams are playing for survival in the Premier League pretty much. We go into the second half, the slightly stronger of the two sides, I've got to say. And if we can just hold this now for the rest of the game, it's going to be a good season. It also probably saves my job as well, actually. Now, my season predictions, what I wanted to do this season, we failed in both our cup objectives because we got knocked out in like the very early rounds of the cup as Pomeroy hits the post from his free kick. If only he could have put that in the back of a net, that would have alleviated more of my worries. As I was saying though, we did say that we were going to get further in the cup than we did, and I did say we'd avoid a relegation battle. I mean, we are well and truly in a relegation battle, but if we did get relegated, I would have failed all my objectives, and the board probably would have been well in their rights to sack me, to be fair. So I feel like if we don't... it's a great free kick from Hudson-Odoi, to be fair, but a great save from Jose Pedro, and ultimately someone's offside there, so it's a free kick for us. As I was saying, though, not getting relegated will probably save our job. Right. Who's looking tired? Christensen is, but we can bring Lee Phillip on for him, actually. Let's do that. Clement's not played well. Sam Durant can come on, but he's not very good. No, let's leave Clement on, because Sam Durant is probably worse than... he's about the same actually as Dante Clement midfield in terms of roll ability. Let's make the change and let's just get him off the pitch. Just get a fresh pair of legs to maybe control the midfield a little bit better. For the last 20 minutes or so, might be worth it. 8 minutes to go, and we've just given the ball away from a... Why? How is that happening? All right. Demand more. I mean, literally, how are we giving the... Donker, Garana, I don't know whose fault that was. I mean, who's this guy? Sorely not doing anything to stop the shot as well. All our hard work has just dropped off because of that. And then I have another highlight where Southampton are coming forward. Oh my goodness. Hudson-Odoi. You... How? How's that happened then? How has that happened? This could be worse than the Valencia debacle at this stage. So, we've got 3.5 minutes to go. We're 3-2 down. We're now in the relegation zone. Okay. Right. Show some passion out there, please. Very attacking. Well, I don't know what else I do at this stage. What else do I do? Okay, there's a highlight now. Please, lads, just do me a favour and score a goal. I mean, we'll take the draw at this stage. We were winning it comfortably. And I know all of you in the comment section will start berating me for not going defensive. But we only had the 1-goal lead. We only had the 1-goal lead. And I don't want to go defensive and then risk them scoring and then we have to try and get another one. But obviously, it's not worked out either way for us. Which you hate to see as the corner comes in. Donker with a great tackle. Pomeroy, right. Let's get on the counter-attack here. Okay, let's not get on the counter-attack here, boys. I actually can't believe this. Oh, dear me. Sorolina. It's nothing. Ah. Well, this changes things, doesn't it? So we need to keep a very strong eye out on what Swansea do. And Southampton in their next game, they've got Derby. Which is I mean, Derby doing well, but it's a bit of an iffy game, that really, isn't it? It's no longer in our hands now. Start today's episode, relegation, it was in our hands. Now it's not. Now we've lost to Southampton. The only way we're not getting relegated now... is if we win and Southampton or Everton lose. Because then one of them will go down. I mean, Everton can win, that's fine. Only if Southampton lose. Both of them could lose, that's fine by me as well. But we have to rely on one of these two teams losing. Who have Everton got? Everton have got Wolves. And they're... I mean, we've got the virtue of playing Swansea, all right? I'll say that at least. The virtue of playing Swansea. They've got Tottenham now. They probably won't win that, but then we did beat Man City. So that's nervous, isn't it? Let's watch these results come through. Tottenham win it 1-0. Good. Okay. It's still almost in our hands. Beat Swansea. Rely on these two losing. That's what we've got to do right now. This is the great escape now. Come on. I can already predict the comments. Saying you should have gone defensive. But I just... in that situation, when we are winning, but only by 1 goal, we've got to try and get another goal. I don't want to rest on a 1-goal lead. Otherwise, we will concede goals, definitely, inviting pressure onto us. Unfortunately, it's just happened that we were trying to score goals, but they've scored 2 goals. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation for me, whatever I do with tactics. I really don't want to go back to the Championship. We've worked so hard to get here. If we go back, it undoes a lot of the hard work we've done. If we stay in the Premier League, I think we are going to be able to sign a lot of good players over summer, but only if we stay in the Premier League. And we've got to pick up the win here today, and we're going to go for a bit of a bold move. Donker's coming off the pitch to replace with Lee Phillip. We're going to go for 2 strikers up there. A complete forward on attack and an advanced forward on attack. We're going to swap them around. Hopefully it works. Bralinger can come back on the pitch for Sorolina as well, which is really, really good. We need that desperately. But they're the 2 changes that we'll make. Other than that, we've kind of got to leave it as that. Let's go for it. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. And really, it's a horrible situation to be in. We're in the relegation zone, for one. And for seconds, we're in Swansea. It's really the worst of the worst. So there's a quick highlight here that we'll watch, but then we'll update ourselves on what we need to be looking out for in today's game. As Swansea put the ball forward, their number 9 on the ball hasn't got anyone with him, which is good, as Taverny makes a tackle, and Christensen now can launch a bit of a counter-attack. No, he can't, because he's given the ball away. Swansea coming forward again. Great save from Jose Pedro. That's good. Ferguson now on the ball then, and we're sort of playing it around the back. I mean, that's it's a very good ball forward. Lee Phillip can't get it in at near post, unfortunately. Are we going to continue with this highlight though? As Garana now into Taverny. Garana back to Ferguson. Garana. Just someone do something nice with the ball. Southampton have gone 1-0. We'll talk about this in a minute. Just seen it up there. As Christensen into Phillip, who bags his 11th goal of the season, putting us 1-0 up within 10 minutes of today's game. That is beautiful. Now, we'll watch the replay first, actually. I think it takes a second or so for the table to update itself. So we'll watch this. Phillip, I mean, what a goal that is. That was a superb goal, to be fair. Thank you very much, Lee Phillip, for that one. You love to see it. Right. Let's look at this then. We go up to 32 points. And at the moment, because Southampton are winning and Everton have a better goal difference than us, it's not good enough. However, Wolves have just gone 1-0 up against Everton. And Everton are now below us in the table, which is fantastic. So all we have to do now is maintain our result and hope that Everton don't grab an equaliser or win their game now. We've just got to hope Wolves do the business. As Lee Phillips through once again. Lee Phillip, for his second of the game, is just over the bar. Fortunately, we are already 1-0 up, which is a good sign. Now we just have to keep tabs on the Wolves game. We just got to keep tabs on it. As what I might do actually is try and get it up here, live scores up here as well, just so we can keep track of it a little bit better. Where are latest scores? There they are. We'll move this over here, as I'm sure you can watch the highlight for me as I try and do this. Anything happens, please let me know as I sort this out. Brilliant. Right, that's sorted out. I can look back on this now. I'm not a fan of this dangerous play around the box that I wasn't really... I'm glad I wasn't watching it, to be fair, because we seem to be passing it around the box a bit riskily there. I wasn't too pleased with that. God, saying that, Swansea come very close nevertheless. Luckily for us, not in the back of the net. What we're also going to do, we're not too fussed... We'll keep the table here, actually. You can keep looking at the table, maybe. Because results will start to pop up in the top left, and I'll update you if that does happen. But as we, well, I say start to approach half-time, we're still a good 10 minutes or so. This is getting... I'm just not a fan of the pressure that this kind of situation brings upon me. It's easier now that it's sort of been done very early. Very early on, we took the lead. Very early on, Everton have gone down. Wolves are now 2-0 up against Everton, as you can see here. That is even better for us, because now Everton have to score 2 goals at least, which is, you know, not very likely considering they're in the relegation zone. So I'm happy with that. Southampton are still beating Derby as we head into the second half, by the way. I should probably mention that as well. The nerves come from the fact that Swansea are a decent side and have the ability to score. I thought it was going to go in the back of the net there. And we're only 1 goal up, of course. And now I'm stuck in this horrible dilemma of, do I stick with this formation to try and grab a second goal to increase our cushion? Or do I go back to more defensive, like we probably should have done against Southampton, and try and just hold out, hold the fort, park the bus sort of thing. But the ball forward to Pomeroy is good, and Pomeroy has put it in the back of a net, and this now has given me the confidence. This 2-goal cushion has given me the confidence to go defensive. We're going to give it 10 more minutes before we go defensive and make the changes. But this is looking very promising all of a sudden. We're 2-0 up. Everton are 2-0 down. At this point, it doesn't really matter what Southampton do because they're out of the picture. It doesn't matter too much, does it at all? I mean, ideally, they would end up now drawing or losing, so we go ahead of them and go into 16th, and 16th would get us a little bit more prize money sort of thing. But I'm not like complaining about that at all. I'm happy that we are, at the moment, going to be surviving in the Premier League as we have another throw-in. Pomeroy puts it in towards Lee Phillip, who gets out to Garana. Garana can put a cross. No, he can't put the cross in, but the clearance isn't brilliant. Although our clearance from their clearance wasn't brilliant. But we do make the interception there, and it does still end up in Swansea hands, although somehow it's gone back to Pomeroy. I didn't even see what happened there. Pomeroy gets tackled on the edge of the area. That could have been a great way to score. But with 25 minutes left, let's drop it back. Let's go defensive, lads. Let's not mess around here. Sorolina on for Abel. Donker on for Christiansen. Donker hopefully is going to be his last game. I don't want him next season. I want someone better. If we even play with a CDM next season, I'm not really sure what formation to go for next season. I'm tempted to go for a 4-4-2 if I'm honest with you, and that might mean selling Abel and Christiansen. I've not been massively impressed with them, but then again, we are in a relegation battle. It's not like we're going to be impressed by anyone. Although Lee Phillip and Pomeroy have both done the jobs they have to do this season. So, you don't know. I'll think about it over summer, but I've got a lot more plate to think about. But as we've got 5 minutes left, Southampton's still winning. We don't care. Wolves are still beating Everton. Brilliant. We're still beating Swansea. 4 minutes to go. Boys, if we just hold on, it's going to be absolutely magical. Because after we lost that Southampton game, I just thought, right, Football Manager is setting me up. It's setting me up to fall. And yet, I think we might have just done it. As we clear their free kick. The referee is surely going to blow his whistle now. Come on, blow your whistle, referee. We're over the 92nd minute now. Smith clears it. Surely that's enough, ref. Just blow your whistle, please. The ball's cleared. Okay, let's grab a goal. Pomeroy, grab a goal. And then you can blow the whistle, referee. Okay. He's done it. He's blown his whistle. We've won it 2-0. Hopefully, in that time, we're going to go passionate. Great work out there. You did what was needed. Now, I've not had any confirmation. I assume Everton have lost their game. They have lost their game as well. They scored one right at the end, to be fair, Everton. They brought one back right at the end. If I'd seen that, I would have been on the edge of my seat, squeaky bum time. But they didn't win it. We managed to win our game. And Lincoln United have survived the Premier League. We've survived relegation against all odds. 32 points. Not enough. I think probably in most seasons that's not enough. Last season, it actually would have been enough, more than enough, actually. So 32 points then, 33, 32. Okay, maybe it's 32. Oh, just saying that, you go back a few more seasons, actually 32 is most seasons, 32 is not enough to save you from relegation. But somehow this season, it has been. And I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon with that. We've survived, and we really needed that. Because if we'd gone down, it would have been like having to reset again. But we've stayed up. And I think we're going to have some better... I think this will mean we'll be able to get better players. And it'll be all decent. So Chelsea do a double, apparently. So they've won the league and a cup. Premier League bonuses paid out to a few players there, as you can see. Not massive amounts, really, when you consider it. But still, nonetheless, it's pretty decent. You know, it's good money for them, obviously. And we've avoided relegation. Good. We've been given 9.45 million for achieving 17th place, and 190k. That's good value for money. Only 190k being given out to the players there for survival, which is good in terms of squad bonuses. No updates on budgets or anything like that, though. I thought we might get that coming pretty soon. Usually that comes on the last day of the season. Okay. Apparently a player has won an award. It says down here, superb strike. I've just got an achievement for it. I don't think you can see any of this. Your player collected a goal of the season award. Which goal is this one then? Goal of the season, Michael Pomeroy against Leicester, 31st of October. Right, let's watch this one then. Because if it's goal of the season, we might as well watch this one. Right, Pomeroy on the ball then. What does he do? He just sort of kicks the shins of a player there, runs forward. Okay, that fair enough. That is goal of the season. What a strike that one was. In a 2-1 win over Leicester as well. Absolutely superb stuff from Michael Pomeroy there. No wonder he's won that. Here's the initial budgets. What do we get then? Oh my goodness. 550k per week and £54 million to spend. What's in the bank? £54 million is in the bank, to be fair. Brilliant. I will take that all day, every day. Fantastic. I don't really want to spend £54 million. I want to try and get good players on cut prices, I think. Because actually, we saw it earlier on rejected. But let's ask for another... Oh, we can't ask for another stadium yet. Sorry, lads. I was going to ask for another stadium upgrade, but we can't do it. So, unlucky. I've got to say, though, what an end to the season. I really thought that loss to Southampton, that was going to be it. But we managed to come back and avoid relegation. Now, 32 points this season, 7 wins. Our aim next season has to be to score... I mean, I'll be happy with 33 points and 8 wins, but we have to be getting at least 45 points next season. I want for progress, which by looks of things means at least 12 wins. So we have to find wins from somewhere. We've got to get more points from somewhere. It also means we've got to get better players. So now I'm tempted to do another transfer special, but given my reasons for all these videos sort of being delayed and pushed back a little bit, there'll be no transfer special. I'm going to try and get through it quickly just to get into next season and things like that. And I'm sure you want to get into it as well. Apparently, Theo Taverny, that's Team of the Week. I thought it was Team of the Season. I was going to be very surprised if Theo Taverny was in Team of the Season, but he's in Team of the Week. Fair play, he probably deserves it. Either way, I'm going to go forward and try and do transfers. We will say goodbye to a few players, though. Now, we look at average ratings down here. Dante Clement's not played well at all. He'll be gone. Stone will probably be gone. Durant's gone. I mean, we do need midfielders. We've only really got 2, but Tyrone Fenney's probably got to be gone as well. Really, I've not been massively impressed with Abel. Now, he's not quite been as good as perhaps the scouts thought he was going to be, but he's not really impressed me. Neither's Christiansen to an extent, I've got to say as well. To the point where really maybe we should be looking for a new formation and different approaches to next season. Maybe let's not go quite as attacking as we have done this season, because it's not massively worked out for us. Maybe we drop back to a 4-4-2. Maybe we make that 5-3-1-2, whatever formation we tried, the 5 at the back one. Maybe we try and make that one work. I'm just not convinced by Abel or Christiansen and a few other players. We just need to get better players, basically. So I'm going to go through everything. And player of the season, Michael Pomeroy, with Lee Phillips second. Pomeroy is a player that we need to sign permanently. Chelsea, can we suggest 2.9 million to you? They've accepted that. Now, is this going to be another stupid thing where his contract's up at the end of the season? Okay. Let's not make the same mistake we did with Lee Phillips, because I got berated so much in the comment section. Let's make an offer. Let's cancel the offer. Cancel the offer for Michael Pomeroy. And we'll try and get him on a free transfer. But what if they want to offer him a new contract? I just want him, lads. I just want him. I'm not, because if they offer him a new contract, then we'll have to pay more for him. Last season, I bought Lee Phillips for £2 million, and you guys were all like, well, his contract ended at the end of the season, didn't it? So you could have gotten for free. But I didn't know that, and to be fair, I was happy to pay £2 million for him, and he ends up being signing of the season. So really, actually, maybe we do offer... Oh, God. I just don't... I'm doing it. 2.9 million. I don't care. We'll pay the money for him. I just want him at the club. Please. Because I can almost guarantee that Chelsea will offer him a new deal and then we'll have to pay £10 million for him. Something like that. So let's just get him through the door as quickly as possible. I don't mind paying the money for him at all. End of season team meeting then. Discuss plans for next season. Season's finished. We've done brilliant to stay in the division. Don't be under any illusion that we won't be in for another tough campaign next time around. You'll need to come back ready and fighting to stay up. And everyone agrees with me on that one. That is probably, I mean, if we can finish 15th next season and above, that's going to be a successful season for us. It's small progress at the moment, but I'm glad that the boys seem to agree with me on that one, which is pretty good. We want as long as a pre-season as possible. 6 weeks, that works for me. 6 weeks of pre-season is good. And apparently Trevor Flint is a transfer target of ours. And actually, is he any good? Oh, he might be quite good, actually. And he's a midfielder. Valued at £6 million. Is that his relegation release fee clause or something like that? It could actually be his relegation release fee clause. So we'll scout him out a bit more. Because if we can get him for £6 million, that could be a good first signing for the season. Although Swansea have just been relegated, haven't they? So maybe it's not the best move to make. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed it all works out well. So thank you very much for watching this season of the Lincoln Loco 2. A dramatic end to it, but we have stayed in the Premier League. So join me next time for hopefully a less relegation-threatened Premier League campaign. Hopefully we move up the table a little bit more, get some more points on the board, maybe try and go for a cup run. I mean, I wanted that this season, but it didn't work out very well. But I want to try and put a lot of effort into a cup run, try and get like an outside chance of Champions, Europa League qualification, that kind of thing. That's what we're going to try and push for next season. So fingers crossed, we do well next season, we have a good summer, and I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.